Hey guys, in today's video I want to talk to you about money and our relationship with money, because it can really hurt you if you don't break up with it. Hey, so what I mean about our relationship with money. Money is really a difficult subject. The scriptures have a lot to say about money because money is something that we depend on. We depend on it, and we really think that money is our source. We think that if we have a lot of money, we'll be secure in life. We think that money brings joy. We think that money brings peace. But it doesn't. A lot of NFL players, in fact, NFL players whose careers end, they have a lot of money, but they have a lot of issues with depression and suicide because the money doesn't bring you joy. We have to be really careful that we don't wear ourselves out trying to get rich. The scriptures say that the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say that money is the root of all evil, but it says that the love of money is the root of all evil. There's some other spiritual principles in the scripture that talk about money, and there's some scriptures that say that money is deceptive, or wealth is deceptive. There's a deception in wealth. So money is important. We need money. Money is very useful. Money is very valuable. Excuse me, it isn't valuable, it's useful. We can use money to do things, and we need money to do things, but money is not an end in of itself, it's just a tool. So I would say this: break up with money. Don't have a relationship with money. Money is just a tool. The scriptures also say that the blessings of the Lord come with no sorrow added to it. So you can have a lot of money and wear yourself out trying to get money, and you can get a lot of money, but it comes with sorrow added to it. I know this very well because I experienced this. When I was a kid, I had a real big interest in meteorology. I had my maps underneath a piece of glass. I'd put the tornado boxes on my maps, and I'd listen to the radio station, the VHF stations, and I would do all kinds of things about weather. And if I'd had the internet, I'd have been, back then when I was a kid, I would have been in heaven. We didn't have internet back then, but I did the best I could. I'd go to the weather office and hang out all day and read the teletype machines. They didn't even have computers back then, and it gave me a lot of joy. And I asked one of the meteorologists, well, if I wanted to be a meteorologist, how much money would I make? He said, well, you go to college, you get out of college, you probably start out about $20,000 and you max out about $30,000. And I got so depressed, I said, dang, I gotta have more money than that. So I gave up. I just gave up on meteorology. I gave up on that passion that I had for meteorology because I didn't see that it could bring me money. And then I went to college and studied money and banking. I figured, well, if I want a lot of money, I need to learn about money and banking. And I got a job in the bond market, and those people, we made a lot of money. But very, very, very little joy came out of that. Then I built and sold a business in Atlanta. I was in my 20s. By the time I was 29, I had bought another business. And then by the time I was 39, I had sold that business for 6 or 7 times earnings. And I'll never forget, I was coming home from the closing table, in my red, fire engine red BMW 540i that would go 170 miles an hour, 6 gears, racing seats, like I really needed all that stuff. And I thought, dang, I've reached all my goals, I'm just empty. So I had success. It wasn't, I wasn't a multi-billionaire by any sense of the imagination, but I had done pretty well financially. Had more house than I needed. But it came with a lot of sorrow added to it. Here was the sorrow. My son Andrew's 30 now, and when he was in his diapers and on the front porch one morning, I went to work and it was still dark outside. And he was in his diapers. I'll never forget. He looked up at me, hugged, and I reached down, hugged his neck, and he said, "Bye, Daddy. I'll see you tomorrow." I'll see you tomorrow. And it was in the morning. It wasn't even daylight yet. And I went out of the subdivision that morning and said, "Roger, what in the heck are you doing? What are you doing, man? What's important to you?" I have a mentor of mine, his wife died 7 years ago, and here's what I remember him telling me that really impacted me. He said, "Roger, Marcia built it. She struggled to build her family. She struggled with this. She struggled to build all this stuff around her. And one Saturday afternoon at 4:30, she left it all behind. You ain't gonna take none of this with you. You ain't gonna take none of it with you." So, how do you find joy in your life? Do what God called you to do. Do what God called you to do. The money will come. He'll provide for you. He's your source. And that's how you find peace and joy, is doing what you're called to do. None of us are called to wear ourselves out getting rich. Hey, listen, I hope this video helped you. God bless.